To find a long forgotten gold. Hello YouTube and all of my base followers and anybody else that might have just found my channel recently. Welcome. That last clip I just sang was from Misty Mountain's Cold. It's a song that was in the Hobbit movie. Avi Copland has sung this in concerts in the past with Pentatonics. And Peter Hollins has a pretty great cover of this, and he actually hits quite a few low Ds in that song, which is quite uncommon for him, but it's a pretty great cover. So go check those out if you haven't. Anyways, it's kind of become a bass anthem, and I decided to use it to show off the point of this video. And this video is the finale in my How to Sing High Subharmonic Notes mini-series. And that last note that I sang in that clip was a C-sharp 2, which is obviously in the second octave, and really anything in the second octave can be difficult with subharmonics, but I really wanted to show that off because many of you have been asking about the transition between chest voice and subharmonics, and that's what this video is really about, is working on that transition and how do you get better and cleaner at transitioning between the two voices. Well, there are a couple things you need to focus on. The very first and most important thing that you need to focus on is sounding good and sounding natural while trying to do this. And you do this by focusing on a couple things. One is your volume level. For instance, that line went something like C sharp 3, da, 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 G sharp 2 as the penultimate note, and then the C sharp 2 as the last note. If the bottom of your chest voice range is about an E or an F, if you're a baritone, your G sharp 2 might not be very loud and powerful, so it might be kind of quiet. So what you don't want to do is sing C sharp 3 and then a quiet G sharp 2 and then this really loud and overbearing C sharp 2. People are just going to be suspicious already. It's going to sound out of place and not very natural or convincing to the general public's ear or the experienced listener's ear. So what you want to do is compensate and know where your sound levels kind of peak and where they start to decay. So if the bottom of your chest voice is around an E, you probably aren't going to have a very loud G sharp 2 unless you've been working it a lot over the years and you sing low baritone a lot. But what you want to focus on is sing those high subharmonic pitches first, like the C sharps and the Ds and the E flat, or the D sharps even, and see how loud you can make them. And then see how loud your penultimate note or your previous note will be. And try to at least match the volumes, if not try to make the lowest note a little bit quieter than your penultimate note. And that is kind of an important part, or a key part of making the sound natural and making it sound good. And that's what you want, is a good sound. So what is the other thing you need to focus on while practicing transitioning between chest voice and the subharmonic register? You're not going down a pitch or a fifth or whatever at all. You're actually moving up a fifth or however many steps you want to go to your lowest note. And what I mean by that is your fundamental or the position of your larynx. So if I sing a C sharp 3, a G sharp 2, and then a subharmonic C sharp 2, my fundamental isn't that C sharp 2, it's that C sharp 3 with the subharmonic splitting off. And likewise, your larynx follows that track. Your larynx will go back up in position. So what you should not do and will not do, right, when you're practicing this, is hit that G sharp 2 and then go aim down and think low note when you're going for that C sharp 2 subharmonic, because it's just going to screw you up and you're going to miss the note and it's not going to work. So what you actually have to do is pretty counterintuitive, and that is C sharp 3, think C sharp 3, G sharp 2, and then you have to think and sing, technically, another C sharp 3, letting the subharmonic split off immediately. It'll become second nature eventually, but that's kind of a thought that you have to get into your mind while practicing this, that you're not pushing your larynx down for that low C sharp 2, you're actually moving it back up and letting the note split off. That's why it's so easy to do this once you get it down. That's why it's so natural sounding, and you can control the tone quality extremely well. So if you have any questions about this, I'm sure you will. Don't be afraid to ask them and suggest things for later videos. If you're interested in this a lot and you want to show your friends, go ahead. I'd be overjoyed if you did. So practice safely, don't over practice, and have fun, you guys. Take care.